So, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. Let's talk about anime. I have two guests here, David and Super. Introduce yourself.
David, live in Reno. Uh, I watched a couple animes, but kind of willing to get more into it.
What about you,
And
Super?
yeah, I'm super. I've kind of fallen off of anime, but I I tune in to like what's popular and everything. So I still know like what's good, what's bad, and
Well,
I'm very interested
the thing
in
with this
all of it.
podcast is the name is Let's Talk About Anime, but we don't need to talk about anime like per se. That's not going to be the main topic. But like, let's see here. Name off a few of the animes you've seen, old or new. Why
Um,
not? Super, you can go first.
so I'd say let me start off with the anime that basically started it all, and that would be Naruto.
Naruto's classic.
Yeah, Naruto's a classic. I remember watching that with my dad on Toonami. Um, I don't know if it was every single day, but it was like a lot of the time.
So, David,
Where
you don't watch a lot of animes, but like the things that I have introduced you with. Hold on. God damn it. So, like the stuff I've introduced you with, like Steins Gate or whatever, like what stands out for that
mm,
shit? Uh, hello?
I'm here. I don't know what Super's doing.
I
yeah,
asked you a
I'm here.
question. I asked you a question. What anime I introduced you to stands out to like what you like?
Oh, you're talking to me? I thought you were
Yeah,
talking to Super. Sorry. Chainsaw Man was good because I asked you about that, and then One Punch Man, and then
season
Castlevania.
one.
Yeah,
Castlevania is good.
Castlevania. It was on Netflix, and I told all my friends to watch it because they said it's one of the what is it? It was made in the West, right? Not in Asia.
Yeah.
And I told them, I said, look, it's pretty damn good for an American made anime because sometimes it's doo doo.
I mean, if you want to get into like other anime stuff, I could recommend you first season of Star Wars Vision. It's all Japanese anime studios that worked on that project,
Okay.
and it's super good. Like, I'll say season one of Star Wars Vision, top notch because all the Japanese anime studios just pull all the stops.
I could dig that.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus if you have it.
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't condone torrenting or pirating, but if you have to, you have to. But whatever.
Yeah.
So off topic from anime. Uh I didn't really plan this out. This was more just on the whim.
Yeah, this was
Uh
pretty impromptu, which
it's
is
very
fine.
impromptu. This is the first pilot episode, so why not just wing it?
Yep, this is truly an anime. You gotta start off with the pilot.
So in terms of video games, what's like your favorite genre?
Ooh. Well, Paul, you know me. I'm first person shooter, like tactical games, or just anything multiplayer based, really, because I was a lone gamer for a while until Paul showed me how fun multiplayer was and been playing those ever since.
They're fun, but sometimes you get burnt out like every
Mm-hmm.
so often.
Yeah, you can possibly get burned out very easily. Um, to me, it would probably have to be by the games.
Like
Like
Tekken.
Tekken, like Smash is like a debatable one, but for me it's Smash Bros. Um, and Dragon Ball Fighters. Those two are like my favorites, or up there as my favorites.
You guys don't need to like stay quiet all the time. Just think about like as if we're just talking normally.
Oh
Like, you
yeah,
know,
I
I
know.
know for sure that it's getting recorded, but it's like just treat this like as if we're just talking like regular.
Yeah, I know. But those are like one of my favorite fighting games, to be honest. And I mean, like, I went to a couple of Melee tournaments.
How was that? Tell
Um,
us the story from there.
um, it was actually a lot of fun. I really
Like,
enjoyed
like,
being in those tournaments.
did you
And
win? I mean,
oh no,
Were you just spectating?
I wasn't spectating. I did participate, but I got my ass kicked. I,
Was it
well, yeah.
melee?
like, yes, it was Melee.
Okay.
There are a lot of good people in there.
Oh yeah.
Y-
I mean, think about it.
And
I watched a documentary about gaming tournaments back in the '80s when fighting games first came out. And
mhm.
one kid, he's still around. He's an adult now, but he's the what was it? The number one Mortal Kombat player in the world.
Yep, that sounds about right. I mean, like, there are still people in Melee who are like younger, and they somehow still kick ass.
Yeah, they do.
So it's not like the only time that we've seen something like this.
And in terms of like, have you been to other conventions though? Like not just like Smash tournaments, like
Um, I have been. I think I went to Anime Expo and BlizzCon.
Anime
Um,
Expo.
I still
yeah,
haven't gone to
but
an
that was like when I was 15, 16,
What year was that
and
specifically?
I think 2015, 2016.
That was
I,
a year or two before I went.
oh, really?
My first time I went to Anime Expo was like 2018.
Oh, wow.
I've been to franchising convention where I get to meet a Wee Man from
Oh shit!
Jackass.
Tell us that story, please.
So my buddy at the time, I don't talk to him anymore, but anyways, he said, "Hey Dave, we're going to a franchising convention." I'm like, "Why the hell would I want to go?" He's like, "Just come on, dude. It's like we're not going to leave you home alone." So I went, and we're just walking around, and then I suddenly see Chronic Tacos, right? SoCal has Chronic Tacos everywhere, right? So I look from my peripheral, I see Weeman. I'm like, no fucking way. It's my favorite guy from Jackass. And I even have a picture
Mm.
that I took with him and I still have it in my Google Photos.
Oh, that's trippy.
Yeah,
Send that picture to me so I can put it up on the screen.
Yeah, honey. Okay.
Because it would be cool to show that you went to a convention and met a celebrity. Like that's cool as shit.
Weeman. I even have a picture that I took with him. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He said,
Didn't he?
I asked,
He started like a taco business after, right?
Chronic Tacos. He actually owns the corporate office,
Holy shit!
Oh, wow.
and it's all franchises basically.
Corporate
Dude,
office.
I need to go to one when you're down here.
I'd never been to one, but I heard good reviews about it. Give me a minute. I'm gonna send it to you, Paul.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. You should have got it. Oh,
I forget how short he is.
did you get the picture?
Yeah, I got the picture.
But yeah,
So,
I got to meet him like that, and he is like the coolest dude you'll ever meet. Like he's not a dick. He's not a jerk. He goes, "Yeah, Let's take a photo, man.
Dude, he just seems like one of those cool people you can meet, and he won't be a total egoist about it.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
and I feel that as well.
Okay,
Like
so
I've
off
said,
topic again.
oh,
I'm
yep.
just gonna switch topics because this is so like just doing one podcast record. Uh, what's your hot takes on food?
Like, what do you mean hot take on food?
To be honest, I'm not the best person to ask because I'm like such a picky eater.
That's a hot take right there. What
That's a
what
hot
what
take.
what do you not like about certain foods that you're picky about?
Um, Sometimes I'm like sensitive to texture. So I some sometimes won't like rice in some cases
Uh,
because
Huh.
I I'm using it as an example. I never tried rice, but I probably won't because I have that mindset.
So is it kind of like coconut? You don't like the texture, but the taste is fine. It's kind of like that.
Dude, I'm on
Yeah,
that same boat with you on coconut.
something like that.
Because that's the closest thing I think of is the consistency or the taste.
Yeah,
Like
hands down.
like Paul knows me. There are certain things I can't eat, but I'll eat it sometimes. Like for example, what was it? Wednesday, I went to a chorizo place in Carson City and got their spaghetti, and I tried their sauce, and I found out what the secret was. The secret was chorizo, lamb, and beef mix for the sauce.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I have to cut this short. Next time I can hopefully do a full session.
All right, you got to go.
Um, yeah, just for a bit.
You can
Um,
mute up and was it or you got to go?
Actually, yeah, I'll mute up.
Yeah, just mute.
Yep.
We'll still be doing this. We still got like 20 minutes.
Excuse
So like for my hot take for food is I'll eat anything. Like if you tried those live squids in Korea,
me.
that shit is good, but most people get grossed out by it because it's still moving. Like those stuff is like I'll eat those, but it's like on occasion. I don't
Yeah,
know what the name of it's called.
for me, it's more of I'll try anything, but like Andrew Zimmern from Bizarre Foods always says, if you don't tell someone what's in it, they'll eat it. I mean, you know what I mean? If it tastes good, eat it. That's
Yeah,
what I've
like
been
the Korean
living on.
blood sausage. It's like you don't tell anyone it has blood in it, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah,
"Oh shit, it's delicious," and then you tell them, they're like,
yeah,
"Why'd you not tell me sooner?"
yeah. Well, I mean, blood sausage though, Korean version really doesn't have that much blood as you would think.
It really does not.
It's not like black pudding from England. All right, that's just full on blood.
Oh yeah,
Koreans put like just a little bit enough just to make it a dark color. That's it. But dude, that chorizo spaghetti I tried though, oh my god, dude. Think about it, Paul. Who would have thought putting chorizo, lamb, and beef in a spaghetti sauce would make it work?
that sounds delicious though.
And so, like I told you, the chorizo, the guy who makes it, it's a family recipe passed down to him from his ancestors from Spain,
Uh huh.
and he's been making it for 40 years the same
Shit.
way. And it's 100% pork shoulder. He doesn't mix anything else with it.
Oh really?
So, like they have here. Let me. I will send you a link so you can tell people whoever listens to this to go there. But their menu is awesome. So my buddy got the what did he get?
I'm checking out their menu right now.
Yeah. He got. Oh, and the cool part is, if you've never been there, they give you a sample slice of chorizo and a sample of their gravy.
So they have samplers.
No, like meaning they'll give you a little sample cup of the gravy they make fresh every day,
Uh-huh.
and then they'll bring like one slice of chorizo from fresh off the grill just for you to try it.
Damn.
Um, I had the chorizo spaghetti, which they only do on Wednesdays,
Oh.
and then their sandwich they had. What was it called? It's like some special sandwich I'd never even heard of. Give me a minute here. Oh, and they also have a New Mexico stacked enchiladas.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
So to all the listeners that maybe the 10 people that watch this podcast on YouTube, if we don't talk too much, this is our first time. Like, what was it? Like I just wanted to have go at this. So it's if there's not much talking, it's like we
Yeah.
didn't prepare what we should be talking
No,
about.
we didn't. But she said the sheep herd cheeseburger is the best one. Is chorizo patty with a beef patty and jalapenos.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Like my coworker Jose introduced me to all these awesome Mexican food places, and I know a bunch now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um, he told me where to get chorizo. He told me where to get the best barbecue beef for like the grill, like Mexican meats and stuff. Torta sandwiches, and and I mean pozole. I miss eating that. I miss eating menudo. I mean, I miss. I mean, I should have been more Mexican to be honest, because I love Mexican food.
You need to come back down here to SoCal.
Yeah.
So, like, onto the topic of AI art.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what's your thought on it? Because Blizzard recently put out an article saying that they're gonna be making uh AI art from now on to make it easier, but there's so much backlash and hate about AI art. It's like for me, I've been doing AI art for quite some time, and it's
Yeah.
like I see it as people who understand how to write the text to create the image. It's like I've shown you how to install the AI art program on your
Mm-hmm.
computer, and you did test it. Like, do you think like this is gonna be like the future in terms of like AI anything?
To be honest, I would say yes, because it would make, like, for example, when you want to make professional posters, professional flyers, professional anything, or just school projects, this would be the easiest way to do it.
I mean, look at ChatGPT. Like, it's insane to me to think that an AI text program can pass the bar exam.
Yeah,
That's
that's
nuts.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
so
fucking
while we're
crazy.
here, I know Roy's not going to watch any of these podcasts anyway, so let's shit talk him for a second. I know I didn't introduce myself, but I'm the host of this podcast. Uh, they already said my name, Paul. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I my YouTube channel is most based on photography, but I wanted to name this podcast "Let's Talk About Anime" because uh that just rings.
Mm-hmm.
But uh Roy, we call him the NPC within the group of people I'm with on Discord. And if you just see him, he's bald, walking a cane, sleeps all day. There's a reason why we call him NPC. Like, I can literally just throw up a picture of him right now on the screen just to show you guys. Like,
Yeah.
this
Oh
guy's like
yeah,
25, 20, no,
you're talking about
23 years
Lester,
old.
huh?
Yes, him.
Yeah, I mean like, I I feel a little bit of pity for the guy. Like, it stinks. It stinks for someone like him to be in that state.
Yeah, but
But
I think he did it to himself, though. If you think about
He really did
yeah,
it to himself. It's like back in 2016, he was walking normally and doing everything normally and fine. Come to present year of 2023, and anytime I call this motherfucker, he's like, "I'm in bed. I just woke up, bro. It's 5 p.m."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I hope he gets some sort of awakening of his situation.
Like I have told him on voice, was on the phone call, telling him, "Aren't you getting tired of this? Like, if I was doing that shit for 1 or 2 months, I would just hate myself." He's like, "I've been doing this for 2 years." Like, bro, what?
Yeah, bro, what? That's
Yeah. Like, I don't know. He just has something that we don't.
It's not good if you say
Oh
it
yeah,
that
it's
way.
not good, but my point stands.
Like, in terms of like, if you see his Steam page, right? He's privated his Steam page. Why? It's like most people have it public because you're not a well-known person. You're not an internet star. Don't fucking private it. What's your point of privating your Steam page? And he tells me it's because he doesn't want people to see him play erotic games, and it's like, I don't care. Most people don't care what the fuck you play.
Oh, yeah, I played Homefront, and that game is dead.
I'd say that's two different stories. Like Homefront is like a dead game, and we're talking about like erotic games, like completely different genres.
But my point is, that I'm playing a game that nobody plays anymore. I mean, I don't see.
Yeah, and then like there's this one time I called him and he was like, was it? I tried to hang out with him that same day I fucking messaged him, and he's like, "I'm booked." And it's like, bro, what? He's like, how are you booked for like 3 weeks straight? It's like, you're not a fucking celebrity. He's like, I got all the appointments I need to go to. What?
That. Remember, we try to tell him how to be normal. Remember?
Ooh, yeah.
And that poor
Not
guy.
gonna lie, that looking back at that, that's probably not the best thing to say to him. Like, okay, you gotta be normal.
Yeah, well, that didn't work so well.
Well, look here. The backstory to that is it's even Dom, one of my other friends, was like, this was back then when him and David lived in the same apartment, and we told him like, just stop trying to be someone else. Just be yourself here. So what does that mean? It's like, bro, she was like 18 at the time. It's like, you can figure that out yourself. You're old enough.
Yep.
Basically. But he had no idea what we were talking about.
Sounds like the damn truth.
And like I've told him several times, like, hey, if we're in a Discord voice in the Discord voice call in the server, feel free to join. And he's like, but I don't want to intrude. It's like, everyone's just casual here. Why are you trying to like be so polite?
Yeah.
Have you seen such
Paul,
a person like that on Discord being like, I'm sorry I can't because I don't want to intrude and talk over you guys? Like, who cares?
no, I don't know anyone like
I,
that.
I, it's weird. I mean, like, I kind of want to think in that scenario. I can't even think with what's going on in his head. Like, in a way, here I am trying to defend him because
Well,
maybe for
we
the
need at
wrong
least
reason.
look super. At least you're trying to give both sides. Like I've known this guy for quite some time.
Yeah.
I've known him a short time too, and he's like the weirdest dude I ever met.
Yeah, like I don't want people to just think like he's just blindly weird. Like there has to
Well,
be
I
something.
mean, like there's gonna be quirky people, right? But it's like what he's exerting is not a quirk.
Like his,
You're
oh my
absolutely
god,
right. It's not a quirk.
like the thing that a lot of people should know about Roy is every time he meets new people, he has to tell his backstory. It's like, dude, this is not a video game, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why his name of NPC started because someone on the Discord server was like, this guy acts like an NPC.
He does.
So someone actually said that.
Not to
Yeah, so
him, but after he left the voice call.
Oh, okay.
And like
well,
every time he talks about his backstory, it's always like, I got raped. It's like, you got dogpiled. That's not rape. And then he has to go into like his backstory of how his parents divorced and all that. It's like, no one cares. It's like, no one asked for that.
It's common
yeah,
at
but he
this
does
point.
it a lot more than normal.
Like, even when we talk with PJ, for example, he doesn't bring up his parents. When he did bring up his parents, we asked him, like, hey, we know it's personal and all that, which is like totally fine, but he brings it up without no one asking him.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. You got a point there.
and I mean, think about it. He says he lives alone, but he lives with his mother. So how does that work?
And to top it off, he bragged about how he lived alone in high school, but his dad paid for rent. It's like, bro, that's not living alone.
It's not.
Yeah, not really.
And I mean, think about it. He drives. Think about it. Driving from Paul's house to his house, it takes him an hour. When me and Paul drive, it takes us like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and when I did meet up with him one time, it's like, oh, I need to get my oil changed. Like, why did you not tell me beforehand when we were gonna meet up? Like, he just tells me like, I went to go get my oil changed. Like, you didn't tell me this. I was there 30 minutes earlier, and you come an hour late because you had to get oil changed at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't.
I guess
I
he
think
just
he's the type of person who just reacts, and I'm kind of like that as well, but he's a different type of person.
yeah, I mean, I guess, but still though, if you had plans prior to meeting with somebody, just be like, "Hey, I might be a little late
Like,
because
I'm
of
doing
so
something
and
right
so."
now,
Yeah.
explain it, and then be like, I'm gonna be like 30 minutes late.
Oh yeah, I'm not defending him, like saying like what he did was okay. I'm just thinking like, um, why is he doing it, or like what his thought process is?
Like I'll put it this way, his time is more important than his friend's time. That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I did went to meet up with him, it's like I went there 30 minutes prior to meet. No, it was like 10, 20 minutes prior actually to meet up with him. I came early, and yet he takes a sweet ass time. And it's like, you don't do that. And he's like, I'm your best friend. It's like, you don't do that to a best friend.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he just kind of labeled you that, even though you're not technically.
And then whenever I call him, he's like, long time no, uh, like long time no chat. It's like, it's been 3 months since I contacted you.
Yeah, that's not a
By
long
the
time.
way, when did this turn into a vent towards the NPC?
I
Well,
don't know.
I steered it that way, by the way, because we can rant about this a little bit longer before we cut the podcast from there. But like,
Yeah, we could. We could.
you know, this just gives us a topic to talk about. It's like I don't know if everyone has that one friend that is like that, but it's like
That's it. Yeah. Now you see, I missed that part because I had to do something.
I mean, I'll be honest, Roy's probably the only person that I've ever seen act like that. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, I tried to help the guy out, but he didn't want to listen. So
since we're still on the same topic, he's shown me pictures of his computer, and oh my god, it is a disaster.
Yeah.
I'll put the pictures of those on
Yeah.
screen, but
You know,
like he's built his
it's
mom a
bad.
computer and he put a PCIe extender out on the case, and the computer's like what was it?
like,
Uh
how did the open vulnerable?
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah, like all
the
of the
side case is
pieces
gone.
are vulnerable.
I
And
know,
then
but
he has a fucking thing where he puts in hard drives, like you know those people that do the IT jobs where it's the external hard drive connector.
Hmm.
He has that connected to the computer, and he's like, it has so much memory now. It's like you don't know what you're doing.
it's worse than when The Verge tried to build a computer.
Yeah, and then he's lied to me several occasions, telling me that he had a 1050 in his actual personal computer, and I was like, "So your mom has a 1650?" Like, no, no, no. I mean, my mom has a 1050, and I have a 1650. It's like, how do you mess that up? Like, I
No
get
idea.
there's people that don't understand computers, but how do you mess up the numbers of a graphics card? They're really easy to understand.
Yeah, they are. I
No,
don't know.
the more I talk about this, the more I think that yes, I think I did have a friend like that where he was so self-centered and absorbed with himself. Um,
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm pretty
yeah,
sure everyone has that one friend like.
yeah, and this guy, oh my gosh, the perfect example was when we played Minecraft together. It's such a stupid, funny story because how it happened was all I wanted to update my skin in Minecraft, and he offered his help, or he offered help, and I'm like, that would be awesome. And when I criticized is kind of a strong word, but when I said like I didn't really like it because like there were some details that didn't fit the skin I wanted, he got all upset with me.
The fuck?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, he got upset with me. And then there was
Kind of
this whole huge fight that he basically started
over that.
over that.
Wow.
I know, what the fuck?
Petty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So flippin' petty.
Well, we're hitting our time limit. So, any final thoughts? I know you guys will probably be back on sooner or later when I have more other episodes. But this was more of just introducing ourselves and shit and random tangents. But
Oh yeah.
I feel like this will be a great first, what do you call it?
First episode.
First pilot.
First
I
pilot. We're gonna
yeah,
have a second pilot.
there's definitely gonna be a second pilot because we're probably gonna have maybe Z Blue on. maybe have Golden on. I don't know if they're available. It
Oh
might
my
just be
gosh.
me and them. But
It's gonna be interesting with Golden because I don't think he likes me whatsoever.
but for this podcast, I'm gonna start introducing more people that I hang out with on Discord through the podcast, so you guys will meet different people on their point of view and everything. And you know, I hope that this podcast, at least gets few views because it's only gonna be on YouTube because I don't want to upload to Spotify and all that. It costs money, I think, to upload to other streaming services for that BS at the moment. So it's YouTube exclusive.
Sounds right.
And that sounds accurate enough.
So that was a good talk here. We're gonna be playing Ready or Not. So whenever this comes out, hopefully people listen to this Scuff podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I'm gonna end the podcast.
Alright, cool deal.